Hello everyone and welcome back to WRX. I know it's been a couple of days since we last posted, but I have some really good news. Some of you may have noticed in an older video, I did drop my Insta360 One X2 on the floor. I did have to send it in for an RMA. They were not able to fix it because the screen was shattered. You guys saw some of those pictures of that. They ended up refunding me and I bought a whole new camera. Boom. They actually just came out with this. This is the Insta360 One RS. This, ironically, actually came out right after I got the One X2, and I was a little disappointed. I didn't know they were going to come out with another camera that quickly. Another thing that you may have noticed is I'm testing out another camera for my straight shot videos. I'm actually using a Nikon D5500, so hopefully the quality is a lot better. I know the mic is probably not that great, but I'm working on getting an upgrade for that. But I wanted to show you all the stuff that came with this. This is actually the twin edition. So not only do I have the 4K front-facing camera, which is going to be really good for when I do some of the stuff in the garage. The 360 camera just didn't really work out for that. And it comes with a 360 mod, so I mean, I guess you could say I had the best of both worlds, I hope. I'm actually going to go in a little bit driving. I'm going to go drive with the 360 mod, and we're going to test that out, which that also I got a bit of an upgrade. But I just want to tell you this. So this is a package that I got on Amazon, and I'll link this in the description. It actually came with a lot of accessories, some great, some pretty terrible, and I'll show you real quick some of them. The camera itself, in the box, you've got the actual core, which is the part of the camera that has the lens on it, or sorry, not the lens, the screen on it. We actually do all the stuff. The 360 mod, which is the camera on both sides. You've got the 4K lens, which is the front-facing camera. The battery case, which is kind of pretty cool. It's a modular design, so you can actually unplug everything and upgrade as they come up with new lenses. So I know that they have a 1-inch lens mod. You can actually take both of these off and just put that 1-inch mod. I mean, it looks really good, but it's for just like straight ahead shots, where I feel like for my purposes, the 4K one's gonna feel on. And if this camera works, this Nikon works, I'm not even gonna bother trying to use that, at least in like when I'm inside the house or doing stuff like that. It does come with an upgraded case, which I kind of like because it actually has a windscreen for the top microphone. I'm hoping that solves some of my driving issues I've had a lot. We'll see how that works. This one does come with a protective cover, which obviously is not that big a deal because the One X2 came with a whole like a foam carrying case. So I can just put it on the side. But I mean, this is good since it doesn't actually come with a carrying case, which I'll probably pick up at a later time. And of course, USB-C to C charging cable. Some of the accessories that came from Amazon, and this is where it gets fun. This is the cheap stuff. It actually came with this tripod stand. It is just the cheapest thing. Like, look. Actually, on one side, the button doesn't even work. I actually have to push it back out for it to work. Not going to use this at all. Straight in the trash. Pointless to even have that. They did send another selfie stick. Actually, I haven't even opened any of these, so you guys are seeing them for the first time. I didn't particularly care for some of these things. There's a couple of parts here that I did want. It does come with, I guess that's, oh man. When you pay for, you guys have all ordered stuff online. When you touch something and you feel it, you can tell how much it costs. This itself is not terrible, but this would be something that I would use just walking around. But instead, I wouldn't even use this. I have the 360 selfie stick, so I would use that over this anyway. Not bad. The camera, before I continue, let me tell. So this base camera with this twin package is $549. The extra pieces, this cost me $589, so I got like a lot of extra stuff for that package, which is why I went with that. I'm a sucker for bundles. So that's that, and this is actually something I'm really excited about because I know I will use this. It is a head mount. So you can actually mount the camera, put it on your head, boom, POV shots. I know what you're thinking, don't worry about it. Next, we've got a chest mount. This is actually pretty cool. This is something that I thought would be cool for, I'm really not really sure what I would use it for. Because I would use the head mount when I'm working on the car, because then my hands are free. Probably the chest mount? I don't know. I'm not really sure where I would use that, again, in the automotive industry. There's other places that can be used. This is probably where most of the money, I think, is well spent. It does actually come with a 64 gig which one of these? This is the V30, that's right, it's the V30 card. So this is actually something I ended up having an issue with. I had an older V10, or V10? Or UHD10? I don't know what, I have not kept up with all of the standards for micro SDs. However, I do know that regardless of the size of it, it was an old Samsung Evo, it still wasn't fast enough for the camera. I would actually get an error on the camera saying that the memory card speed wasn't enough, and it would actually stop recording mid-video. That was really annoying. This comes with like another, oh, it's a bike mount. So you can actually put this on your bike handle, put the camera on there. Cool, I don't have a bike. This is kind of interesting. This is a lot smaller than they showed in the picture. This is, apparently you can put the camera on and stick it in the ground, in dirt, grass, stuff like that. I thought this was gonna be like a good size thing. I can't believe how small this is. Go look at the picture in the link I'm gonna post, and you tell me what size you think that's supposed to be. They sent a couple other things, just a cleaning cloth, that's not really that big a deal. Another tripod mount if you don't have it, and this is something I've actually wanted for some time, is a USB card reader. So normally you would have a card reader on the side of a laptop. This actually is USB, I believe it's USB 3. Let me confirm that. No, they cheaped out, it's USB 2.0. But you can plug in all the different types of SD cards. So you can take micro SD, I don't know what SD that is. Looks like SD, micro SD, memory stick. Oh my God, you can use it for a Sony memory stick. That is hilarious. I have not seen a memory stick since I think my PSP, my Sony PSP, and it has been a few years. But this is good because anywhere you are, you can now plug it up, because right now what I was usually having to do was I would just plug up the camera. But it's nice to have the extra option if you don't have a USB cable and you just got the USB thing. So that's good. So that's everything that it came with. I think that the bundle is pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing what the 360 videos look like. They're, I'd say, on par, if not slightly better than the One X2. And I want to show you another thing. I'm actually using the mount for my Nikon right now that I'm going to have on the back of the car, which is my same triple suction cup mount from Gremlin. I gotta get the link for that. So of course the carbon fiber stick is what the camera is going to be on. And the issue that I had, and the number one complaint was, when I'm driving, the camera is shifting all over the place. So I saw another sports and touring. I'm actually gonna link their page in the description as well. Really cool guys. They actually came up with this really idea, which I think they got from somewhere else, which is putting a clamp on another stick to hold the first stick. So my issue is the same issue they had, where once the car started moving, if I had any winds going left and right, my camera would shift a lot. And the mount that I have right now doesn't keep it from moving that much. I can keep it from moving vertically, but horizontally now I'm stuck, or I can only save one plate. So the idea, and I hope this works, is I'll be able to clamp, once I put the carbon fiber stick, I should be able to clamp this down so that I can keep it from moving left and right. That is the idea. Now, what I noticed after I got this mount, it does move from over here a little bit. I'm hoping that the two mounts together will have enough structural rigidity to keep the camera from moving. The mount that they actually suggested comes from the UK, and it's a little expensive. I may still end up spending some money to get those later on. They're very nice mounts, but I'm going to try this and see how it works. So that's the camera. That's everything I've got. I'm actually going to mount everything up and go for a drive. Afterwards, as usual, I'm going to put the I'll have the footage at the end of the video, and maybe just a little voiceover to kind of go over what I experienced, what I noticed, and things like that. So anyway, okay guys, so here is the 4K mode using the 4K lens on the camera, and I wanted to use this to show you what I did over here with the mounting setup on the back of the car. So here is what I've got going on. You've seen this before, where I've got the triple mount. I think it's Gelkin, now that I think about it. So I've got the triple mount set up over here, and underneath it I've decided to kind of make like an anchor point, so having another one that's hopefully strong enough to keep this moving from left to right, or just have enough support. I mean, it doesn't, this is my concern, I didn't think about this when I bought this. I don't actually need this to move, so I'm probably going to have to get another one of these that's longer, and it's straight from here and goes straight from here into this, or if I can get like a long beam or something. I don't know. Well, I'll have to think about it, because the way that I saw in the other video that they did it was they had they had this like on a mount that was directly right here, and then I didn't need to have an extra long beam like this. I was able to go right to the thing. So we'll see how this works. I mean, anything's gonna be better than it just being by itself. Also, I noticed that I didn't show you guys how the modularity with the camera works. So what I'm gonna do is when I get back to the house, I'll make just like a quick video at the end of this video, showing you how you can take the camera apart and change the lenses and do all kinds of cool stuff. Anyway, I got this hooked up. I'm gonna get the camera hooked up and I'm gonna go start driving. So, I actually just stopped. I had to get gas. I figured I'd try out this head mount. Let's see how it is. It feels kind of funny. What I'm noticing is the issue with my car and me in general is I'm actually kind of tall, so I had to lower the seat just a little bit, or else you guys are just looking into, here, let me take a look at the camera. You guys are looking into, oh, I guess that's actually not too bad, but it's still hard to see outside, at least up front. So I'm just gonna have this on and probably just do a little bit of commentary and talk to you guys about what I thought. So on the drive here, I did have the mount set up, and I noticed the number one issue that I was having, which I had a feeling was going to happen, is the mount did move a little bit. It didn't move a whole lot, but it moved enough to where, you know, it's problematic if I have to stop, get out of the car, and fix it. I can't do that if I'm in the middle of a drive. You know, if I'm like with some friends and I'm driving, I can't be like, hey, yo, hold on, I gotta stop, fix my camera. So basically what I need is some sort of, I guess just like a pipe, not even a pipe, but just like an extension arm that's solid. There's no, because I'm using the invisible selfie stick, and of course, when you try to do these home engineering projects, you overlook certain things. Well, the extension stick, it extends. So the wind actually pushed the extension stick out just a little bit, and then it was, you know, that's just how it is. It wasn't too bad. I'm looking forward to seeing what the audio was like with the I don't know what they put in there. It's not a windsock. It's just like, I think they just put a piece of foam on there. So I'm just going to drive for a little bit, and hopefully we see some fun cars on the road. On the way here, the best that I saw was a Miata, but it was a Miata, but it wasn't a driver's Miata. It was just somebody who likes Miatas, and they were driving around in a Miata. So hopefully we see something fun. And I'm not going to... Oh, so the battery. So that drive was maybe 15-20 minutes, and the camera battery was down to about 65%, like 66 or 65%. Now that was recording at 5.7K. Of course, it is 360, so the resolution is not as relevant when you're looking all around, and 30 FPS. Whoa, buddy, what are you doing? The guy's like, it's not our yield. At least I don't think so. And that's it. Oh, and you guys actually get to see first-hand POV shot of the installed cob access port. Well, the problem now is you will see all of my terrible driving habits. Like my dad always said, yeah, you should use your mirrors to look behind you, but you should always use your eyes to look too. So I went over there to look, and I think I just touched the camera on the window. So this is the 4K mod. This is the front-facing camera. The reason I bought this with the 360 was I wanted to be able to record just regular videos. Or if I don't need the 360, because I was trying to use the 360 when I did the installation of my car parts. The nice thing was I never had to point the camera where I wanted to. I could just rotate it in post, which actually, if you think about it, that's very nice. Like, what if you're like, oh, hey, you know what? I missed the shot of that. Well, because I was recording 360 the whole time, I have a shot of everything. So I can do that. How relevant that is, I mean, it's very situational at best. And you do have the reduced quality. Like I said, you have 5.7K, but it's stretched in a 360 around you, so it's not the same resolution as, let's say, having 4K just facing forward. So this should look a lot better. I do have the camera set on auto, so there's no setting changes. I know at night I'll probably do some setting changes. With the 360, I was manually changing everything. The problem with that was anytime I would go from a light to dark area, I did not have auto exposure because I'm driving. I can't change the exposure while I'm driving. Here with auto, we'll see what the video looks like. Alright guys, I got what I needed, and check this out. I'm so smart. I actually took the headrest, the head mount, and I put it on the headrest on the passenger side. Voila, perfect. Alright, we're gonna start heading home, and I just put this on because I've got a little bit of battery left, and I want to see. Yeah, why not? Why not? Nothing else to do. So I'm back at home, and this is actually the next day, and I sound like just absolute trash because I don't feel very good, but show must go on. So this is now the third camera that's being used in this video. I'm actually using my cell phone on a selfie stick that's... I'm not even going to try to explain it because it looks so funny. So I wanted to show the modularity of the camera. And this is the part that's actually really pretty cool about this one versus the
the One X2. So this is the 4K mod that's inside the case right now. And this is the headrest, or the head the head strap that I was using. And this is also what was on the headrest of the car when I was driving. And so it's pretty easy. So you got this little button. Camera comes out. And you can see it's comprised of 3 pieces. You got the lens, the core, and the battery. And it's got a little button right here. So you push this button, the battery comes off. These are the 2 individual pieces. The lens comes separate. And this is the core, basically the processing unit. So we'll just put that right here. And let me pop open the case. This is something that I had to do while I was driving. Take the 360 mod off, which basically is, I'd say, very similar to the One X2's 360 lenses. Like, it was pretty comparable, I'd say. And so it's got these little plugs, and you can take the core and you just plug it up. You can make sure that the things are on the right side. That's where the battery hooks up. So you just clip it together, and boom, you got your little camera. Stick your battery on it, and you've attached the camera. Now it is a 360 camera. This is really nice because I needed to get a front-facing camera anyway, and for this my camera actually just moved a little bit because the way I have it mounted, it's actually really funny. This really makes things easy for me because now I've got the best of both worlds. I was using my Nikon only because I could not use this camera. But what I've noticed is because this records in 4K and I'm only rendering the videos in 1080p, they come out very sharp. So that's what I'm going to use from now on for front-facing videos. But I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like. Now, of course, this does not have the disadvantages. It does not have a 1/4-inch hole on the bottom for mounts. That's where the case actually comes in. So the bottom of the case has one of these guys, which does have a 1/4-inch mount on it. And that's how it gets connected to the selfie stick. Other than that, I'd say the driving impressions, it was pretty good. The battery did last a good amount of time. Most of the footage I had was actually pretty boring, so I didn't get to use it. There really weren't any cars around to race. And when I finally found a car to race, it was a 300C V8. I think it's like 390 horsepower. It's like a pretty quick car. By the time I got around to racing this guy, the camera was dead. So that was very unfortunate that we did not get that recorded. But I'm hoping this Sunday, when I go see the guys at the meet, we'll be able to do some racing and some recording. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. And finally, I'm glad to have the camera back. I can start making videos again. So take care. See you guys in the next one.